Basically, you don't. No, the boy ain't no chump. Real leader don't say nothing. I'ma roll up. Then I post up like.
You went from being a guaranteed lottery pick to a kid who may never even play college ball again.
Now, look, it's always bad to hear about injuries, especially to college kids, of course.
Yeah.
But Stephen A. Smith, this one is particularly disheartening because we are 2 weeks into the season and one of the top NBA prospects in the country goes down potentially with a season-ending injury, a knee injury. That's a killer.
I couldn't agree more. When I heard he was carried off the floor today, all you can do is find yourself hoping that he'll make it back. That's the bottom line. But my heart goes out to him because I didn't expect this. This is a devastating injury. It's never good to have something like this happen to you.
Now, there's another huge story in this year's draft. A record number of underclassmen, 30 of them, undrafted. And I hope, anyway, that this is a lesson. This serves as an example about the ones who are genuinely one and dones, the guys you know are going to be lottery picks. I mean the rest of them. They're not sure shots. You're not sure they're going to be lottery picks. Don't just use the college system for a year thinking you're going to bounce. It doesn't work like that. If you don't have the talent, it doesn't work. You got to be cultivated in the system.
Please. There you go again with your blanket generalizations. You know how you are, oh, Max, the woe is me, oh, my Lord. I can't take it. I just can't take it. It's a case-by-case basis. You can't just blanketly decide this should not be one and dones or this should be one and dones. You got to go on a case-by-case basis. Some dudes deserve to be one and dones. Some people don't. It's on a case-by-case basis.
And that is my point. Thank you for making it for me. Every kid thinks they're the exception to the rule. And members of the media like, Stephen A. Smith, are encouraging these kids to come out early.
Look, Max, bottom line is this. You got to take this into consideration. You had two dudes. They were called the Height brothers. Now, you had Nick Howard. This kid had a lot of promise. What does he do? He goes to college. Very uneventful first year, no doubt. The second year, he was pretty good. Here's the problem. The NBA, it's not about pretty good. You need to be great on the collegiate level, on the prep level, in summer leagues and what have you, in order for you to get the stature that you deserve. That's the bottom line. You're pretty good ain't good enough to be that stud NBA.
That's exactly my point.
Let me finish. There's another example. I did say the Height brothers. I wasn't talking about one individual. I was talking about two. What happens? One and done in a different way. 1 year, one ACL injury later, and look where he's at now. His future is clearly uncertain. So you got to take advantage of that opportunity because you never know when an injury is going to cost you everything.
Stephen A., listen to yourself. Let's listen to yourself for a second. You give one argument for why a kid should come out early, a one-and-done situation. I can give you 30 arguments this morning alone why they should stay in school. And now you have to wonder what a kid like Nick Howard, who has given up his college eligibility, does next. What does he do next?
First of all, don't sweat the technique. The argument, or one argument, as long as it's strong enough, that's all that matters. That's number one. Number two, the Height brothers was something special. What they really need to do. I'm going to tell you what they need to do, Max. They need to get back to playing together. My sources are telling me the ACL injury has been completely healed. So go on a pro-am circuit. Go in summer leagues. Do what you got to do to get back on the court together to remind everybody of what you once were. Because once you pull that off, the sky's the limit. That's what they need to do. Get back to playing ball together, because when people see what you can do as one, the other arguments don't really matter. Like I said, don't sweat the technique.
This is New York City, the mecca of basketball. The original Rucker League began here in 1947. 9 years later, the tournament found a permanent home uptown at PS 156 Playground. Those early Rucker days showcased talents like Lou Alcindor, Wilt the Stilt, and Earl the Pearl. It's also where Julius Erving became the Doctor. In 1974, the park was respectfully renamed Holcomb Rucker Park in honor of the tournament founder. Now, many have influenced the growth of the Rucker since, but none more heavily than the late, great Greg Marius, founder of the EBC. Many would argue that the Ruck is the birthplace of true street ball and the crossover dribble. Considering New York City's penchant for flashy guard play, there are few who can challenge that. After the legendary exploits of Rucker alumni like Rod Strickland, Rafer Alston, and Kyrie Irving, it goes without saying that getting crossed up or banged on can happen to anybody at any given moment here. It's no wonder that this unassuming uptown playground has become the most widely recognized street ball court in the world. Rucker Park, Harlem. And all the sun, sand, and shoreline you can handle. But Venice Beach basketball brings a completely different kind of beauty to the beach. A beauty made of long-range jumpers, meta-world peace-level defense, and some of the best athletic ability in the West. And it ain't news. Since the heyday of the OG Ray Lewis dropping 50 on Michael Cooper in the 80s. Since Freedom Williams put up 75 in a college game. Since Ron Beals created the trend of street ball legends pushing the pros to their very limits under the scorching California sunshine. Long before baggy shorts and the elbow sleeve became the universal uniform of choice, every guard at Venice has been a menace. It calls home. It's deeper than just a game here. Everybody wins. Everybody contributes. A real team effort for the ages. Seattle. the game. The sun shines brightly over the high court of uptown hoop dreams, precariously divided between Washington Heights and Inwood. Between the whistles and beneath the project towers is where a young Lou Alcindor changed from a boy to the prototypical big man, perfecting the skyhook and agility unprecedented. Part and parcel of a history fathoms deep, where 3,000 highlight-hungry fanatics crowd the fence weekly to bear witness to the greatness of guards like Eric Opio, a.k.a. El Presidente, disrupting any and all defenses. J.R. Smith and Kemba Walker, perfecting their seasonal alley-oops and step-backs. Dominican Power, raining long-range crossover dreams on Uptown's friendliest rims. Play of the dreams of one Mr. Alvin Willis on the corner of Compton and Firestone. A 6-team startup turned invite-only ball player's dream, designed to motivate the community and destined to redefine West Coast Pro-Am basketball. Iconic head-to-head battles with the likes of Harden, Young, DeRozan, and Kobe. Hotbed for countless young high school, street, and college stars just the same. And the word on the street is, no excuse, just produce.
What's up, fellas? Nice win this summer. Hope you don't mind. Had a few friends stop by. You know, just to make it interesting. Let's hoop. Hey, man. Good to see you balling again. You have all the tools. Just keep working hard and play your game. I'll be watching you this year and gunning for you in the NBA draft.
Play of the play of the game. On its own terms, like Iverson and the Morris twins. Following in the legendary footsteps of Dr. J and Hank Gathers, with every screen, jumper, and countless alley-oops. Birthing earthbound stars beneath the bright park lights, atop the hard park concrete, and through the watchful eyes of Commissioner Raheem Thompson. Carrying on the rough and tumble tradition of Philadelphia hoop dreams, one jump ball at a time. The Chosen League is a home for an ocean of round ball talent, from grammar school to the pros. The Chosen League, Philadelphia. Play of the game. Play of the game. Aside from the year when a young Durant dropped 70 in a game and averaged 45 for the remainder of the season. You just can't make this stuff up, man. DeMarcus Cousins banging the boards like he's still fighting to make an NBA lineup. Backcourt wizards like John Wall and Tyreek Evans reinventing the definition of point guard. SpongeBob, the DC legend, dropping 40+ on the regular on the pros and the street ball elite, all representing that DC grit like no one else possibly could. And don't come up in here finger rolling. You best turn that over and slam it or face highlight reel rejections all night long. We play for keeps here. This is our house. Goodman. Play. Play of the game. game. Play of the game. Play of the game. Play.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Drew. Hope you're bringing it harder than you did last time. Me and my boys are ready. Let's hoop. Nice game out there. Glad to see you guys showed up. We'll be ready for you next year. Looking forward to seeing you guys in the NBA. Later.
Play of the game.